Hey guys, we're at the Delfini residence today, and I've got some tomatillos from the garden, and we are going to do a Chile Verde type recipe. It's kind of our spin-off on Chile Verde. It's going to be with a pork roast that I purchased from the store, and so this is the first step. I wanted to go over the beginning steps of making it, and then we will follow the video through the whole process up until the end when it's time to eat it. So the first step is to cut the tomatillos in half and line them up on a baking sheet. And basically what we're doing here is trying to brown these and cook these down a little bit. They've already been washed, and we peeled the outer part off of it so we can cut them up and get them ready. I have the oven on broil currently, so what I did last time was broiled them on low for about 8 minutes and then put it on high for a few more minutes to finish them off and make sure that they were browned. I would recommend that as you're broiling them, you should kind of be checking on them so that you can know when they're kind of browning to your taste. You just don't want them to burn, so checking on them periodically is a very good idea. All right, so we'll go ahead and put these in the oven. And as you can see over here, we have it broil low. And so I'm gonna watch this for a little bit and we'll tell you exactly how much time it took, and we'll come back after we're done with this part of it. All right, we're back. Looks like the tomatillos are done, so we're gonna take them out of the oven. Now, we'll zoom in on these and kind of show you what you're looking for. You see how you're kind of getting them browned on top. That's kind of what you're looking for. It adds a lot of flavor to the final product. So what we do now is, so basically what happened here is we broiled it for 6 minutes on low and then cranked it up to high for another 4 minutes. So it was 10 minutes total. It got the browning exactly the way that we wanted it here. And so now we're gonna put it in a blender. Just like that. And not to lose as much of the juices back as I can. All right, so what we do is, getting back up a little bit, we'll show the, just add a little bit of water to both to get it blended up and then also to add to the final over the pork so that when it's cooking, it allows for a little bit of the moisture loss. So we're just gonna blend this up real quick. Alright, so here's the sauce. You can see it kind of blends up into a nice sauce there. So what we're doing here is I have a 2.5 pound pork loin roast. They're nice and lean, so this is the kind of meat I like to use with this recipe. We've got about a cup of chopped red onions and a 7-ounce can of green chilies. And so we're gonna throw this, and a little bit of salt and pepper. So we're gonna throw this into the crock pot and show you some of the other options that you have with this that we've done in the past. So pour the green chilies in. Pour the green sauce here on top. And this was about a half an onion, so a cup roughly, but it was about a half a red onion. And then just a little salt and pepper. So if you pan in here, this is kind of what it looks like. And now we're gonna go ahead and put it in the crock pot. So roughly, you know, if you don't have a lot of time, you can do this usually in 4 or 5 hours on high. But we're gonna throw it in there on low to get it as moist as possible, keep it as moist as possible. And we're probably going to set it around 8-9 hours. So when we have the final product done, we'll taste test it and kind of talk through how long it took and show you guys how it turned out. So, but a couple options that we did not use that you can use is cilantro. I've used that before in this recipe and it works well. I just didn't have any on hand. So, you know, a half cup of cilantro chopped up, half to 3/4 of a cup is good in this recipe. And if you're looking for more spice, obviously some jalapenos that's a pretty regular piece to this recipe. We don't like it too hot, so we don't use jalapenos, but if you were to add those two, they would absolutely add the spice that you were looking for. So we'll come back when it's done and show you the final product. All right, so our chili verde recipe is done. It was in the crock pot for 9 hours, and here's the final product. So the pork loin still looks real moist, and the onions have kind of caramelized on top. So if we go by what Kona says, she's licking her lips, so I think it smells good. So anyway, we're gonna shred this up, and then we'll make them in the burritos and tell you guys how it tastes. All right, we shredded it all up. Looks like the consistency is pretty good. Add this. Again, this is just green chilies, tomatillos, onions, half cup of onions, or no, a full cup of onions, I'm sorry, a half onion, and some salt and pepper. So that's really good. It's the tomatillos kind of give it a little sweetness, and the green chilies give you that green chili flavor with just a little bit of spice. So not too dry. I would say that was about perfect. So if you have about anywhere from like a 2.5 to a 3 pound lean roast, you can just slow cook it for about 9 hours, and it turned out really good. So if you guys have any questions about the recipe, go ahead and post them below. Thank you.